When you think of the greatest college quarterbacks of all time, there's a certain grit and moxie that is required for each and every one of them. A great quarterback has to be a daring leader, a talented athlete, and the hardest worker on the field. In this video, we will be finding out who are the greatest college quarterbacks of all time.
My criteria for who the greatest college football quarterbacks of all time are is simple. 1. To make the list, a player must have 2 total Heismans or national championship. This will unfortunately leave out great players like Vince Young and Johnny Manziel. 2. This step takes into account the individual stats of each player. Step 3. This step is all about the eye test. After all, if a player doesn't wow the observers, what's even the point? First off, I'd like to make a couple of honorable mentions. This list will be limited to 2 players. 1. Vince Young, a guy who finished second in Heisman voting twice, won a national championship, and had one of the great performances to win the 2006 Rose Bowl on the way to a national championship. As mentioned before, he is kept off the list purely because of the fact that he does not have a total of 2 Heismans or national championships. My other honorable mention is going to go to Baker Mayfield, a guy who won a Heisman Trophy and led Oklahoma to the college football semifinal. He also had 14,607 passing yards in a stellar career that started as a walk-on. Alright, let's get into the top 5. As a disclaimer, I obviously will have a little bit of a recency bias as I did not watch a lot of older players. At number 5 is Nebraska quarterback Tommie Frazier. Tommie Frazier won 2 national titles and finished runner-up in the 1995 Heisman voting. While his stats are not out of this world impressive, as he only had 5,500 total yards and 79 touchdowns in his career, he really showed his greatness in the eye test. He was a powerful and agile runner who also possessed great leadership. He also was a great big game performer, winning MVP of the Orange Bowl twice and the Fiesta Bowl once. He finished his college career with a stellar 33-3 record as a starter. At number 4, I have Cam Newton. Cam Newton won the Heisman and led Auburn to a 14-0 record and a national championship in 2010. That year, he had one of the greatest individual seasons of all time. He passed for 2,900 yards and rushed for 1,500 yards, while having 50 total touchdowns. In the championship game, he also balled out, having 329 yards of total offense and 2 touchdowns. Cam passes the eye test with flying colors, as he was one of the most flashy and exciting players to ever play the game. Unfortunately, he only played 1 year at Auburn, so his stats don't quite match up as well with other members of this list. The number 3 spot goes to Matt Leinart. Matt is arguably the most accomplished player on this whole list. Leinart played for 3 national titles and won 2 of them. He also won a Heisman and finished 3rd and 6th in 2 of his other years. He had 10,700 career passing yards and 99 career passing touchdowns. Leinart recorded 3 consecutive 3,000-yard seasons and also set over a dozen school records at USC. As far as the eye test goes, Leinart was the classic poised and commanding QB. He had great anticipation and a smooth lefty release. He ended his career at USC with an astonishing 37-2 record as a starter. My number 2 quarterback on this list is Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow in 2019 had what I consider the greatest season of any QB ever. He won pretty much every award in the book, including a Heisman, en route to a perfect 15-0 championship season. He set multiple single-season passing records in 2019, including his 60 passing touchdowns and a stunning 77.9 completion percentage. He also passed for 5,700 yards that season. LSU dominated basically every team they played that season, and Burrow dominated in the big games. In the playoff semifinal, he had 403 passing yards and 7 touchdowns by halftime. Yes, you heard that right. In the national championship game, he had 463 passing yards, 5 passing touchdowns, and 1 rushing touchdown. Burrow also passes the eye test with flying colors. Unfortunately, he did not have a good enough total college career to be number 1 in this list, as he only had 8,900 passing yards and 78 touchdowns in his career. Finally, the number 1 QB on this list is the great Tim Tebow. Tim Tebow won 2 national titles, one as a backup, and became the first sophomore to ever win the Heisman. He also won 2 Maxwell Awards, which honors the best all-around player in the nation. Tebow basically won every award in the book. Besides his one Heisman, he was also a runner-up twice, while getting the most first-place votes his junior year. Tebow embodied the grit, determination, passion, and leadership you want in a quarterback. He is arguably the greatest dual-threat QB to ever grace a college field. In his career, he accumulated 9,300 passing yards, 2,947 rushing yards, and a staggering 145 total touchdowns. As far as the eye test goes, look no further than Tim Tebow. Nobody had the wow factor he did. He finished his college career with a record of 35-6 as a starter.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Until next time, this is Andy Lyons signing off.